Hey there, it's Brittany, and I'm back with another day of the 13 Days of Halloween jewelry tutorials. Today I wanted to get funky and do some brightly colored. I was thinking like rainbow Halloween, and I have these rainbow skulls. I think I might only use the green ones because I have this strand of magnesite, dyed magnesite from Al's Beads, and it's also like rainbow colors, but there isn't any green in it. And I really think that the green pops against these really rich colors. So I had two strands of these, thankfully, because there are only two green on each strand. And I wanted to use three on this necklace. I don't really have the design of the necklace in mind yet, but I do have some thoughts. I want three of the skulls to be wearing crowns, and I didn't have three of the same crowns. These are from a old Magical Mystery bead box, and but I had two each of these two crowns. So I think the middle guy is going to wear the more squat crown, and then the two on the outside are going to wear the taller crowns. I know that might be counterintuitive, but I liked the way it looked a little bit better. Some other beads that I thought maybe we can work in today. I still haven't used these Evil Eye beads. I think they're so cool, and they're the exact color of those skulls. I got these rhinestone and stone beads in Tucson in a few different sizes, and I have two different sizes here. Some polymer clay beads that I made. Some polymer clay beads from Beads Inc., and I haven't used them, and they're so cool. They're black and white polymer barrels. And then I have some rainbow pumpkins and some rainbow skulls. So we're going to be doing a really fun project. I think I want to do a bracelet as well. So let's get started. I know I kind of want the three skulls to be hanging from this, but I honestly don't know what else I'm going to do. So there's one. I might need to go inside this one with my Dremel, and maybe just the bead reamer would be okay because there's some extra going on in here. Extra little pieces hanging out. Yeah, that helped right away. Here we go. No extra. Okay, so I only need three, and I want to save one for a bracelet. This one's pretty cool. I'm going to save that one for the bracelet. And I don't need this whole strand, and I don't even know. I don't know what I'm going to do. I feel like I'm saying that a lot in this series. It's just I have a loose idea, and then we kind of just go with it. Well, I know I want these three to be in the front, kind of hanging like that. And I also brought out these cracked agate black beads that I could put on top of their, well, at least the middle guy's crown. I'm going to get a head pin. I did pull out one of these 24 gauge eye pins, but it was just, I think, a little too short and thin to do what I wanted. It's just a little thin. It wouldn't be able to wire wrap it. Maybe I'll just wire wrap with some 22 gauge silver wire. It's 22 gauge black, and I think that'll look cute. I think this is being along. Cut off this portion and put on my little guy. And pull this up to the top, right in the middle of his eyes so you can't see it from the front. And then I'm just going to wire wrap that a couple times. That's going to be hidden with my little crown. Cut it in the back. And I'm going to take my pliers and go like this and tighten up in the back because it's really loose. Now this wire, I'm noticing, is very easy to mar, so the coating's coming off, but I don't care. It's already started. And then I'm going to put on his crown, open up my agate, I love that. Isn't that cool? And then I have a little daisy spacer that I think I'm going to put on top. And then I'm just going to wire wrap it. I'm going to make that hole or that loop a little bigger. Doing that by moving it down my mandrel so it's bigger. I'm going to hold on to that and wire wrap. All right, that's good enough. And now I have some extra wire to where I can do it again on the next guy. I make a pretty awesome earring too. I love him. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do that with the other two. Now this crown's opening it needs a smaller bead, and maybe it's not even going to stick out as much. So I'll probably just use one of these little guys because that's what I have out on the table. So let's see. Trying to get a lot of tutorials finished because my house is going on the market in 4 days, and maybe 5 days. I can't remember. Today's Friday. I keep thinking it's Saturday, and it's going on the market next Wednesday. So, and my bead room's a mess. Everything's a mess right now because when you clean, everything gets worse before it gets better. So, and I haven't even really started cleaning the bead room. So I'm real high anxiety right now, and I'm trying to get things done because I know I won't really be able to make a huge mess in the bead room while it is on the market. So that is awesome. Love how that looks. Not going to put a spacer on top of this one. Again, I'm going to move that down a little bit more to make that loop a little bit bigger. There we go. And then just wire wrap. These guys are so fun. Oops. All right, I'm gonna cut him. So much fun. Skull prince, or princess, I guess. All right, I'm gonna make the third one, and I'll be back. All right, I have all 3 skulls completed. Now where do I go from here? All right, so I think open these up. There's like so much I want to get into this necklace. It's ridiculous, but we'll see if it works out. I'm going to put on a chunk of the rondelles in the right order. Then I'm going to dump out some of these. And kind of some of these too. I love that. So cute. Okay, and then I'm gonna keep going. So what I did here, you can kind of see how the size changed. I went from really small to like a medium, and then we're jumping, well, actually that was like in the middle of that size change. And then I'll do another section when I feel it's needed. I love that. Okay, keep going. I almost want to do a little bit more black right around the eyeball, but the rondelles that I made are too big for what I want. So I'm going to see if I have black hishis that I can stack. I was kind of looking yesterday, but I didn't really see any black hishi beads, which is shocking. Okay, I had some, they were just hiding. All right, so I'm going to open these up. This is going to be a hot mess. I'm supposed to not be making mess right now. I'm supposed to be cleaning up. But those beads just went everywhere, and, you know, I guess that's what artists do, right? Make mess. Okay. You can tell by the way I said okay that I'm not a huge fan. Actually, you know what? Looking at the camera, it looks better. I feel like... All right, let me just test it with this, the spacers. Yeah, that looks better. Okay, so I just need to put some spacers right there. Okay. Isn't that fun? I love it. I love it. Okay, now I'm just going to keep going, and then we'll see what happens once we get to the skull. Okay, so I added in this little scully right here with some of my polymer clay and some sheriff stars. And then I'm going to put on one more chunk of beads. This is going to be a little, I mean, I just have to pay attention to how many beads I'm using here because I want to make sure that this, oh, and I just dropped some. This necklace is asymmetrical. It's actually ending up a little bit longer than I had anticipated, but that's okay. I can always remove length from the back. Not sure that I'm in love with this section right here, but I can, like I said, I can change that later on. I'm not a huge fan of all this purple, red, and yellow, orange together, but it's just easier going with how it was stacked on the necklace in the first place. All right, so I'm going to slide on my first skull. And, oh, we might have some issues. Yeah, this necklace is going to be way too long for what I wanted. Maybe I'll deal with it, but... All right, I'm going to... I think... What I'll do here is put on a couple of these. Nope. And then keep going till I get to the orange. And then here I am going to, I think, do rondelle, 2 sheriff stars. I'm winging it, y'all. I don't know. that's too crazy. That's too crazy. All right, the sheriff stars. Let's take those off and see what happens. I don't know that I like how the two little beads look. I was trying to get something that would fit in there to help us hang that little guy. Let's see. Yeah, the two polymer clay are fine. All right. I think the two skulls are too far away. I think I'm going to take out this chunk right here. I just don't like all those beads between those two. And you don't really know this stuff until you get them in a line. So thankfully for you, I can do splices with the video. You don't have to be here for all this. Oh my goodness. All right. So then let's see if I like that. Yeah, I like how close they are there. Don't like. Maybe I could find a smaller one of these. Here we go. All right, so I need to kind of take out some of the larger ones. These are a little bit bigger than these, so those are going bye-bye. These are going bye-bye. I'll use those in the bracelet. This is the same size. All right, and then I'm gonna beat up the other side. Okay, so I'm finished, and until the absolute end, I wasn't sure about it, but I am in love with it. It is so colorful, it is so fun, and I love the pops of black and white. I don't think that the camera's doing it justice, and obviously includes some photos of it, but that green against all the other colors just makes me super happy. And then in the back, I'm gonna make it adjustable. I found these closed rings. So I'm going to put 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 on the back. I'm just going to connect them with some jump rings. And I got this big clasp. So everything about this necklace is going to be a statement piece. Let me find my jump rings, thicker jump rings that I want to use here. Okay, so I just made some makeshift chain to add on to the back of the necklace. I'm pretty sure this will tarnish, but I won't be able to see it, so I don't mind too much. And then I am going to put on couple of these. No. I'm gonna grab some crimps. And I'm just trying to decide which side of the necklace this is because it's not, I mean, I guess it is reversible if you want to see those lines up the back, but I don't. All right, so this is the right side. Come right around my clasp, through my crimp, and back down through a couple beads. And then crimp. Making sure that those wires aren't crossed. I actually made that way too far away from the clasp, but that's okay. Turn 90 degrees, crimp again, and then move it up the pliers. All right, I'm gonna do the other side and I'll be back. Okay, we have our finished necklace here. I love it. I almost want to like wear this year round, especially in the summer because it's like really bright colors, but I don't see why you couldn't. So I think some issues that I'm having in the back here is because it's such a segmented necklace. When I was trying to tighten it, there was just a lot of room between the beads, even though I already moved everything down several times. So what I'm seeing in the back is that there's some extra space. So there are a couple ways you can fix that. One, you could just leave it as is, but you can just add some bead covers in there. And I might do that because especially like right here, it's causing the extra tail to come out when the slack isn't on that, or is on that side. And that's gonna itch or irritate me later. So I'm just gonna cut that part off. But I am in love with it. I love the little monster eyes. I love the little green skulls, and I love the big princey green skulls. So it took me a little bit longer than I was expecting, but I really love the outcome. I had some of these beads left. I have one of these guys left, a crown, several of the other types of beads, and I wanted to make at least one bracelet. Actually, I wanted to make a few. As I was making this, I was like, oh, I can make that into a bracelet, that into a bracelet. But I had spent a lot more time making this than I had originally budgeted, and I have to go do something else. But I think we're gonna make a bracelet really quick, at least one. I think we'll make two, but I think this will be a stretchy. I'm gonna use 1mm cord. And I'm putting it on the crown first because I'm going to be able to hide my knot inside the crown later. Go with the flow on this one. Love it. All right, just gonna finish it off with these. I'm going to cut the other side off because I need to know how much room I need for the other rainbow stripe. All right, I think that's good. I'm going to actually move these beads onto this side because, like I said, I want a knot inside of the crown. I don't think, oh, I'm not sure that these beads would hold a 2 millimeter knot, but I'm looking at it. It doesn't look too small. I think I can do it. All right, I'm just going to stretch. This prevents your cord from stretching out over time. It might still stretch out, but not nearly as much as it would if you hadn't pre-stretched. I am going to knot once and twice and 3 times. I'm going to dab some glue on that knot. Quite a bit of glue. And I'm going to pull it again to work some of that glue into that knot. And then I am going to trim and pull that knot into that bead. I think, yep, it got in there. For the most part. The tails are still kind of sticking out a little bit. I don't want to pull too, there we go. And there is our cute little rainbow skull bracelet. Oh my gosh, I love it just as much as the necklace. It makes me so, like, silly how stupid little things will make me happy, but I love him. I feel like he can be worn year round. And in conjunction with my bracelet or my skeleton king or prince or whatever, I'm gonna go with skeleton king necklace, it just makes me so happy. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you're tuning in for the other 13 days of Halloween jewelry tutorials. Let me know what your favorite part was and stay tuned for Goldie. She's super cute. Please like, subscribe, and share. Bye-bye.